Welcome to Beyond Buzz. The waves crash with a fury that feels personal, as if the ocean itself is locked in a relentless battle with the land. Each surge is a reminder of the raw, untamable power of nature, echoing through the cliffs and reverberating in the air. These waves slam against California's ancient sandstone cliffs, carving away at the very foundation of the coast. The sound is thunderous, a constant drumbeat that signals the slow but certain advance of the sea. With every impact, a piece of the Golden State vanishes into the Pacific. Chunks of earth and stone tumble into the churning water below, lost forever to the relentless tide. Highway 1, that iconic ribbon of road hugging the coastline, now seems to hang in mid-air in places, its fate uncertain, its future threatened by the very beauty it was built to showcase. This isn't a distant problem or a far-off warning, it's happening now in real time, and the ocean is winning. Beaches shrink, bluffs recede, and the line between land and sea blurs a little more each day. Scientists, the sentinels on the shore, measure the retreat and chart the losses. Armed with instruments and data, they track the coastline's slow surrender, hoping to understand, and perhaps slow, the inevitable. What once took decades now happens in years, sometimes even in a single season. The pace of change is accelerating, and the evidence is visible in dramatic before and after images that show the coastline's rapid transformation. Their warnings, millimeters of sea level rise, more frequent and intense storms, are really about a looming catastrophe. Each new storm brings the threat of more destruction, and every inch the sea rises means more land lost. Cracks form in the cliffs long before the dramatic collapse. These fissures are silent signals, early warnings that the ground beneath our feet is no longer stable. The numbers are not on our side. Data shows the rate of erosion is increasing, and projections paint a sobering picture for the future of California's coast. Imagine standing on the edge, feeling the ground tremble beneath your feet. The sense of instability is real, a visceral reminder that the land is slipping away, inch by inch. For thousands of Californians, this is reality. Their homes and communities are built on ground that's washing away. Every storm, every high tide brings new anxiety and new risks. The dream of oceanfront living is turning into a nightmare. Once coveted properties now stand empty or damaged, their value and safety eroded along with the land. The iconic coastline, a symbol of California's spirit and a vital economic engine, is at risk. Tourism, recreation, and local economies all depend on these beaches and bluffs, but their future is uncertain. Crumbling cliffs are more than a spectacle, they're a warning sign. Each collapse is a message from the earth itself, urging us to pay attention before it's too late. They're the first visible evidence of a profound change in our climate. The weather grows more unpredictable, the storms more severe, and the coastline bears the scars. The battle for California's coast has begun, and we're retreating. Each year, more land is lost, and the line between safety and danger moves ever closer to our doorsteps. The question is no longer if more will fall, but how much, and how fast. Scientists and residents alike watch and wait, knowing that the next collapse could come at any moment. The land is giving up, surrendering to forces it cannot resist. The drama unfolds in real time, a stark reminder of nature's dominance. This is a crisis, not just a geological process. Emergency crews respond, communities rally, but the scale of the challenge is immense and growing. The relentless ocean reminds us of nature's power, and our vulnerability. No seawall or engineering feat can hold back the tide forever. The fate of the coast hangs in the balance. What we do next will determine not just the shape of the shoreline, but the future of the communities and lives built upon it. The main culprit behind this collapse is sea level rise. Along California's iconic coastline, the ocean is creeping ever closer, swallowing beaches and threatening homes that once seemed safely out of reach. As global temperatures climb, glaciers melt at unprecedented rates and seawater expands, raising the ocean higher than ever before. This relentless rise is not just a distant threat, it's happening now, reshaping the very edge of the land. Waves now attack cliffs that were once safe, pounding away at the rock and soil, carving new shapes into the coastline with every tide. But it's not just the sea, storms are getting worse, supercharged by climate change. Each year, these storms grow more intense, bringing stronger winds and heavier rains. Atmospheric rivers unleash torrential rains and massive waves, battering the coast with a force that overwhelms natural and man-made defenses alike. When storms hit at high tide, destruction multiplies. Floodwaters surge over seawalls, inundating roads and neighborhoods, leaving little time to react. Human actions have made things worse. Our choices have left the coast more exposed than ever, as we build closer to the edge and alter the natural landscape. Dams trap sand that would replenish beaches, removing the coast's natural armor. Without this protective layer, waves erode the land much faster, leaving cliffs and bluffs defenseless. Waves now strike cliffs and seawalls with full force, accelerating erosion and undermining the very structures meant to protect us. Building on unstable ground, adding weight, and irrigating lawns all weaken the cliffs further. Water seeps into cracks, making landslides and collapses more likely. Our development has made the coast more vulnerable. Dense housing and infrastructure crowd the bluffs, putting more lives and property at risk as the land gives way. The result, a perfect storm of erosion with the coast attacked from above by rain, from below by waves, and from within by human interference. The land is being pulled apart on all fronts. We've built our dreams on shifting ground, and now, nature is collecting the debt. The choices we make today will determine whether we can adapt, or whether we'll continue to lose ground to the relentless sea. The warnings are now backed by hard data. A 2017 USGS study projected that with just a few feet of sea level rise, up to 2/3 of Southern California's beaches could vanish by 2100. This isn't a worst-case scenario, it's plausible. Dr. Patrick Barnard's models show that seawalls may protect property briefly, but accelerate erosion elsewhere and destroy beaches. Using LiDAR, scientists map the coast in 3D, tracking land loss year by year. In hotspots like Daly City, the coast retreats several feet per year, visible within a single storm season. The California Coastal Commission now uses this science to guide tough decisions. Some areas may be indefensible. The conversation is shifting. What can we save, and what must we let go? The data demands urgent action. The time for debate is over. The numbers are clear. Nowhere is the human drama clearer than Pacifica, south of San Francisco. Apartment buildings once boasted million-dollar views, until the ground beneath them vanished. In 2016, after fierce storms, residents had hours to evacuate as their homes teetered on the edge. The psychological toll was immense. Lives, savings, and communities lost. Emergency seawalls and rock revetments bought time, but at the cost of public beaches. This coastal squeeze is happening up and down the coast. Who pays to protect private homes when public beaches disappear? Pacifica's story is a preview for thousands of others. Their homes are the canaries in the coal mine, and the air is getting thin. Big Sur's beauty is born of instability. In May 2017, after record rains, a massive landslide at Mud Creek sent over 1 million tons of earth onto Highway 1. The debris created 15 acres of new land, but cut off communities and buried the highway under 40 feet of earth. Rebuilding took over a year and cost $54 million. Mud Creek wasn't alone. Dozens of slides hit Big Sur that winter. Drought, wildfire, and heavy rain make these slopes ever more unstable. Wildfires strip vegetation. Rains turn hillsides to mud. This wasn't just wave erosion, it was the land itself collapsing, fueled by extreme weather. How many more times can we rebuild in harm's way? The landscape is in constant, powerful motion, and we're living in its path. If we stay the course, the future is bleak. Picture a coastline of abandoned homes, failed seawalls, and lost beaches. The $45 billion tourism economy would vanish, replaced by rocky shores. Coastal access would become a privilege for the few. Nearly $150 billion in real estate is at risk, along with critical infrastructure. Power plants, airports, ports. Disaster costs will dwarf the price of adaptation. Wetlands, vital for wildlife and storm protection, will drown with nowhere to migrate. Biodiversity will suffer an irreversible blow. The crisis will hit the vulnerable hardest, deepening inequality. Climate gentrification will push out those who can't afford to adapt. The dream of a coast for all will be washed away. Communities and scientists are searching for solutions. The old playbook, bigger seawalls, often worsens erosion and destroys beaches. Now, living shorelines use natural materials to buffer waves and restore habitat. Beach nourishment, pumping sand onto eroded beaches, buys time, but is costly and temporary. Managed retreat, planned relocation from the coast, is the only permanent fix, but it's controversial and painful. Pilot buyout programs are emerging, with the state exploring ways to purchase and retire at-risk properties. There's no one-size-fits-all answer. Urban areas may need engineered barriers, rural areas, managed retreat and restored wetlands. Adaptation requires new thinking, political courage, and public honesty. We must tailor solutions to each place. The future depends on our willingness to adapt. The sea isn't waiting for us. We must act now. California's crumbling cliffs are a clear and present danger, not just to the landscape but to the people and communities who call this coastline home. With every passing year, the threat grows more urgent, as the land we cherish literally falls into the sea. The science is clear, and the evidence is impossible to ignore. After every storm, the scars left behind on our beaches and bluffs tell the story of a coast under siege. Each new weather event leaves a mark, accelerating the pace of change. We're living through a rapid transformation of an iconic coastline, one that has inspired generations and drawn people from around the world. The changes are happening faster than ever before, reshaping the very edge of California. To do nothing is to accept loss of homes, economies, ecosystems, and identity. Entire neighborhoods are at risk, and the livelihoods of those who depend on the coast hang in the balance. Our sense of place and belonging is threatened. This is a moment for bold action, not despair. Communities are coming together, raising their voices and demanding change. Hope is found in collective action and the belief that we can shape a better future. We must demand urgent leadership, fund science, and invest in adaptation. Supporting research and innovation is crucial to understanding the challenges ahead and finding solutions that work for everyone. Reforming policies and creating fair pathways for retreat are essential. We need to ensure that no one is left behind and that communities have a voice in shaping their own future as we adapt to new realities. The fate of the coast depends on choices we make today. Restoration, education, and inclusive decision-making can help us protect what matters most for future generations. The fight for the coast is tied to the fight against climate change. Every effort to reduce emissions and transition to clean energy helps safeguard our shores and the communities that depend on them. Every ton of carbon matters. Slowing sea level rise buys us time to adapt, to innovate, and to build resilience. The choices we make now will echo for decades. This is about more than property. It's about heritage, public trust, and the legacy we leave behind. The coast is a place of memories, culture, and natural wonder, belonging to all Californians. We stand at a crossroads, watch the coast crumble, or rise to the challenge and restore its vitality. The choice is ours, and the responsibility is shared by all. The waves won't wait. The time to act is now, before the opportunity slips away. Our actions today will determine the fate of the Golden Coast for generations to come.